Welcome to the Believe and Achieve podcast with Lyndon Longhorne and Jay Manners. You will learn many hints and tips throughout this program. It will be a process which will be ongoing and will inspire you throughout your career. Let's go. Welcome to Believe and Achieve. This is a brand new podcast coming to you, what we saying, every week, every couple of weeks.
Hopefully every week.
Hopefully
every
we'll
week.
see what happens. This is just basically an intro to just give you an idea of what it's going to be about. I'm Lyndon Longhorne. We've also got Jay Manners doing it as well. We've decided to pair up. Say hi, Jay.
Hello, everyone. We've been wanting to do this podcast for a long time now, haven't we? It's been ever since last year, really, when we wanted to do something like a podcast.
I think with both of us like wanting to do YouTube and trying to start it off, and I started it, and then obviously it's a bit too much to like try and film, edit it, and do everything all at once. Whereas now we've kind of both got a little bit more time, and yes, Jay started his YouTube channel, and that started to take off a little bit and started to get more views and grow more with the channel. But we've both wanted to do it for a long time, and I feel like now is the right time to actually do it, especially in the build up towards like Tokyo this year compared to what happened with coronavirus. But yeah, we've made this podcast to kind of give people an idea of like what motivates us, what we find more as more motivation, and to give you a bit of background of our stories as well.
100%. And like you just said about like Tokyo 2020, you yourself could possibly be going to Tokyo 2020 for the Paralympics. So it'll be a really nice build up for that as well. And it's like you say, like we've had our individual YouTube channels, and I feel like it's quite difficult doing it by yourself. But like when you have someone else doing it with you, then obviously hopefully it becomes easier. We'll soon find out how that goes.
But I feel like as well, like we're both quite chatty people, and like for the people that watch this and listen to it and know who we are quite chatty, like both a chatty bunch, and we just like to share our story and share other people's stories to what goes out there and give you an idea. So it's kind of going to base it around like motivation, what inspires us. Hopefully it inspires you guys as well, but also to give you an insight of like what we do on a daily basis. So like we will have our own background to what we do and how we got into the sport, to give you an idea if you're just starting off or if you want to develop it further, but also to show how we set our own goals and give you some hints and tips to develop that further. Because I feel like with the years that we've got, like I've got 12 years experience within swimming. So it's kind of like now where we've both just decided to team up and just decide to make a go of it. And hopefully it helps you guys out as well.
100%. And I'm exactly the same. I've had 12 years experience of swimming as well. I would say my swimming journey is quite unique, but that's for a different podcast story. But yeah, it's something that we've been really looking forward to doing, and it's something that we've got around to do. And it's not just, it's going to be swimming focused. We're hoping to cover all areas as well. So like what Lyndon said about hopefully inspiring you guys, getting involved or getting motivated. It doesn't have to be swimming related. It could be whatever sport you do, or it could be a life goal, a work goal. Like we're hoping to encourage and inspire and hopefully motivate. That's one of the main reasons we started this podcast, and obviously share stories, and obviously hope to have very special guests come on this podcast.
Yeah, I think as well, like the aim behind it, like the reason we went for Believe and Achieve is like it's always been my motto, and I always say to everyone, like if you believe in yourself and others believe in yourself around you, you'll go on to achieve bigger and better things. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to go with the title rather than just like picking a name out of thin air and spending hours on end to develop our own. It was kind of more unique to us. And like, yes, Jay's got his own ways of believing, achieving. I've got my ways, and hopefully you got everyone who listens and watches can find their own way around it. And whatever questions you've got, if there is any questions, you're more than welcome to drop them on the social media. So we've got Instagram. We've also got Twitter as well.
We also have our email. There's an email account that we've got, which we'll leave in the descriptions too, if you want to get in touch by that.
But yeah, hopefully this will give you an idea and spur you on for many, many more years to come.
Absolutely. And this isn't like a full episode. This is just a trailer of the podcast of what's to come. Because usually one of the hardest things of starting something is finding about the name and stuff like that. But we pretty much just came up with it on the day. And I think the hardest part is designing the logo or a banner. That's been pretty tough.
That was the stressful part. Like name, we just kind of come up with it straight away. Yes, we had a couple of ones where we were like, yeah, we'll go for this or we'll go for that. And it was kind of like, does it really fit with us? Is it really tailored around us and the message what we want to get across? But now it's just like, yeah, boom, that's it. That's what we'll go for. Logo, straight over both of our heads, trying to mix different colours. That was not a way to go, but hey ho, we got there.
I still don't think that this logo will still be our final logo. No. If you see different logos along the way, then it's still the same us. It's still us. Just still deciding on the logo. But no, I think as soon as we found out the name, we're like, oh, this is easy to design or create and stuff like that. How wrong we were. But yeah,
I feel like with the podcast itself, it's kind of more like who we are, what we do, what other people do, how we do it. So we've both got different lifestyles. Like obviously Jay's got his own lifestyle with like swimming, gym, running his own business with his mom and stuff like that. Whereas I've got like work commitments, I've got family life, I've got a little one to also think about, as well as my training, as well as basically looking after a house and trying to make sure that I can run everything in one, like to make sure the skills are balanced out correctly, and then getting one thing wrong. And then it's how we do it and what the best ways are. And obviously all the tips we can give along the way, then we'll certainly help people out. And maybe you can come up with your own, then that's absolutely great. But if we can give you ideas of what to do, then it's a bonus. And even if one person comes away from it and says, okay, yeah, I do find that very useful to do that, then brilliant. Like, but our main aim is just to basically try and like motivate you, inspire you, and hear other people's stories. So it doesn't just come from us all the time. There's other people as well that we know who's inspired us that could potentially inspire you guys as well to go on.
100%. I'm just excited to get this up and going.
So am I. But, definitely. We'll not say much more from now. I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, I think we said a bit more than what we bargained for, to be fair. So you're getting a little teaser. We're hoping to have this out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, did we say?
I think there's multiple different platforms, but what we'll do is all the socials will have the updates on it. So you can follow ourselves, so you can follow Jay Manners on Instagram and Twitter. You can also follow myself. So mine's just Lyndon Longhorne on Twitter and Instagram as well. Even the podcast, you can follow that on Twitter and Instagram. We will obviously attach them all to our socials, and then you're more than welcome to stay up to date. And then obviously all along the way, if we do get guests on, we'll give you like hints and tips to who we get in and things like that. But we've got a few ideas up our sleeve, but yeah, it'll keep you all interested.
Absolutely. Great. Well, we will see you guys on the next episode, on our first ever episode.
It's going to be a splash and dash, I reckon.
100%.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope that you enjoyed, and we are so excited to bring brand new content to this. So make sure you check out our socials to stay up to date of when we'll be posting next. Until the next one, take care, and remember, believe and achieve.